I'm not a huge sports fan. In fact, I rather hate a lot of sports. Growing up, it was something I despised with every fiber of my being, minus wrestling. Because fighting isn't a sport in my eye, it's just human nature to brawl to the death and whatnot. Well, since I have no real plans on reviewing every sports game ever, I'll just stick to some simple ones via Atari 2600. This is boxing. Yep, it's just called boxing. And like all games till the 5th generation of gaming, the cover art is all lies. It looks nothing like that game cartridge at all. In fact, I'd say it looks like a Game & Watch game. Or if two Geodudes from Pokemon were fighting in a top-down point of view. Well, this won't take long, so let's get this one over with as I continue to explore what the Atari 2600 has to offer. Who knows, maybe one day, I'll even review every Atari 2600 game ever officially released. Dreaming. One-on-one boxing with a top-down view. That is boxing for the Atari 2600. You just beat the crap out of each other till the timer runs out. Or if you get 100 hits on your opponent. There's no variation in the gameplay. It's just this. No color swaps, no different boxing rings, no music, nothing. It's just one-on-one Geodudes beating each other up till one is the winner. So are you Team White or Team Black? Stop! Player 1 is always the white guy, and player 2, or the CPU, is always the black guy.
This is racist somehow, what I'm saying, isn't it? Somehow I know that I'm being some sort of a racist. There's something wrong with what I'm saying. Yeah. I'll find out next week on Twitter.
So how does the game play? Simple. You use the stick to move around in all directions with the red button to throw punches. That's it. There's nothing else to the controls. It's simple, it's doable, and it just works. Atari. So yeah, the gameplay. What else is there really to say? You just beat the crap out of each other till either of you get 100 hits on each other or the timer runs out.
You've said that 3 times already.
A lot of the time you won't land a hit though. Instead you'll just end up colliding your gloves, which stops any damage from occurring. This does get annoying as it occurs so very often, but once you get your opponent in the sweet spot, it's nothing but pure satisfaction.
I'm the best around! Nothing better around! I'm warning you, sir! The best around!
You can swap around the ring, so if player 1 or 2 moves to the other side of the ring, you guys will flip around and keep fighting. So there isn't really any restriction in your movement, thankfully, which is good because that would have made the things worse. Imagine playing boxing with Pong rules where you can't move out of your general area. You wouldn't be able to really do anything then. My thumb did start to hurt after about 2 matches, and with a timer of 2 whole minutes, that means a lot of button mashing just to try and win. Had the timer been 1 minute instead of 2, that would have been much more doable.
You suck!
Honestly, gameplay wise, it's not that bad, but gets old fast and your thumbs and fingers will need to be amputated like a diabetic going to the Cheesecake Factory. There's nothing else to really talk about in the other section of my reviews. Sometimes I just struggle to come up with things for this part, but I guess I could add how there's no iconic Atari explosions or sound effects. You'd think if you won, the screen would trip out like a lot of Atari games did back in the day, but instead it's just anticlimactic. You just restart like nothing ever happened, leading you to wonder, what's the point of playing a game that won't reward you? I'm not a masochist unlike other certain YouTubers, but come on, give me something.
Not funny.
At the end of the day, boxing is a mediocre game worth playing if you have nothing better to do. If you like boxing but don't want something more like Rocky on PS2 or Sega Master System, then you can't really go wrong here. It's just so basic, it could probably be played on your grandmother's toaster, much like Doom can be played on a pregnancy test.
What the fuck?
The game does get old pretty fast though, with my thumb being blistered after playing for about 20 minutes, since you have to keep mashing the big red button to hit and hope you land a hit.
Okay, golden opportunity. Say, Charlie, they took my thumb.
It's just a fine, mediocre game you can boot up and play without issue, and if that's all you want, you can't go wrong with Atari.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, that's it for this video. See you all later.